Hello, you beautiful soul. This is Zia, and welcome to the podcast. Today is an exciting day because I'm pulling the first word out of the box, and then I'm going to go into meditation, and I'm evoking my spirit guide, Elizabeth, and we're going to explore this word, and then I'm going to come back after meditation and talk about the word. So let's get started. I've got my little box right here. I'm going to pull the crystal out of there, and I'm going to feel around, and I'm going to pick a word. All right, I've got one right here, and it is empower. Empower. All right, I'll be back after I do a little meditation on this word. Okay, I'm back. Wow, empower is such a great first word. I just meditated on it and came up with so many ideas. But first I want to say that this podcast is based on holding the space for the new paradigm and the new earth that's emerging, that's being birthed. And I'm looking at this through the information that I received in a download back in 2020. And in that download, I understood there were 5 guiding principles to the new paradigm. Number 1 is unity consciousness. Number 2 is love and cooperation. Number 3 is autonomy and self-expression. Number 4 is multi-dimensional energy beings. And number 5 is I am that I am. And I think that's what I want to talk about empowerment. It goes to guiding principle number 5, I am that I am. That is the idea that we are all unique expressions of the divine. And in order for us to express as that, we have to give ourselves permission. We have to empower ourselves with that wisdom, that understanding that we are a piece of God having a human experience. And you can say God, or you can say source, or you can say whatever you want to say, but you understand that you are a unique, never before, never again, one of a kind expression in human form. And being empowered with that wisdom, understanding your uniqueness, is part of the whole beginning of all of this. Stepping back from listening to the outside world, looking outward to get reinforcement of your okayness, or if you're doing the right thing, or if you're following the right path. Empowerment is understanding you are whole and complete exactly as you are, and that your life is lived from the inside out, not the outside in. Empowering yourself with that wisdom that the gifts of the divine, which are all powerful, high frequency gifts of love, of joy, of peace, of bliss, of abundance, of unbridled passion. Those are all the gifts of the divine that are inside of each of us. And to bring an empowerment to yourself is to recognize you are not separate from that. To empower yourself with the gifts of that, of your own divinity. And to recognize that every person is the same. We all are that. You're not unique, and I'm not unique, but we all are unique. The uniqueness is our divine expression. But then when we empower ourselves, we don't need permission from anyone else. We don't need authority from anyone else. We have that authority that within, that we connect with that higher part of ourselves. That is empowerment. Stepping into that truth of who you really are. That is the biggest step that you can take in the new paradigm. If we were to all look within and empower our own authority and know that we are an expression of the divine, how would we live our lives? When I understand that you can't take that away from me and I can't take that away from you, there's nothing to fear. This is an innate thing. This is something unique within each one of us, but also something we share. It's a commonality. Knowing that and empowering ourselves makes all the difference. When I think about all the people that are living in the old paradigm, outwardly focused, disempowered, fearful, and constantly looking for answers to explain or to calm themselves or to alleviate some of the fear of the unknown, that is so disempowering. I mean, it's a constant state of feeling out of control because that outward focus does that. That outward focus, that attention outside of ourselves draws us away from that innate knowing, that innate I am that I am. And a lot of people are thinking that I am that I am, that connection to your divinity, is something religious. And it is absolutely not. It has nothing to do with religion. It has everything to do with our humanity. And we have been taught and programmed most of our lives to give our power over to other people. We give our power to our teachers and to our parents and to doctors and to the government and to our employers. And our whole life is filled with ways that we give our power away because we've been conditioned to do that. And it's time to look at that word empowerment and ask yourself, who really has more authority over you than you? No one. When you empower yourself and you connect with that I am that I am, then no one else can have authority over you. Self-empowerment is ultimate. It's been a long time where people have been afraid of their own power. They think it's going to cause them suffering or cause them pain, or that in order to be powerful or be empowered, you have to be ruthless or you have to disregard the needs of other people. That is absolutely not true. Empowerment is about confidence, self-confidence, and assurance, and understanding and a knowing that you are connected to this greater part of yourself, this greater essence of your being, your divinity. When you empower yourself through that understanding of the I am that I am, what God is, I am, and that you are a unique expression of that divine, and you're having it in this human form, it changes everything. It changes the way you see, it changes the way you feel, it changes the way you think about other people, it changes the way you walk in the world. I think of a lot of people that I know, again, that are so caught up in the old paradigm, and they have completely lost their power. And the power they have lost, they've turned over to social media, the news, the things they read on the internet, their friends, their families, their political party, all the things that keep us feeling separate. And when you lose your power and you lose that confidence in your knowing, your inner knowing of who you really are, it is hugely painful. It is what Eckhart Tolle talks about in his book, The New Earth, and the suffering of your own pain body. You've lost touch with that I am presence and disempowered yourself by giving your power away to other people and situations and institutions. Empowerment is probably one of the most important words that's in my little box. And I'm so grateful that it was the first word I chose, because that's what this is all about in the new paradigm, the new earth that's being birthed, this new shift in consciousness that we're all part of, is empowerment. And empowerment is not a negative thing. Empowerment is a beautiful thing. And understanding that that's a shared consciousness. When I empower myself, I can allow you to be empowered. When you're empowered, we are both benefiting. When all the people are empowered. And it's such a sad situation in the old paradigm as I see it crumbling. How many people are disenfranchised? How many people feel powerless? Because again, we're going to look for our power in these external systems that don't really give us our power. The place that gives us our power is that I am that I am. That recognizing on the inside that you have the spark of life in you that will go on after you die. That animates your body right now. If you're alive and you're breathing, you have that spark, you have that soul, you have that spirit within you. That will empower you. I remember one time a woman said to me, there's this little light inside of you that nobody can put out. And if you focused on that light and you just fuel that light and give it more fuel, then it's going to grow and grow. But nobody can ever fully dampen it. Nobody can ever put it out. And it goes back to like that song, This Little Light of Mine. Well, that little light is that spark of the divine within each of us. And when you connect with the word empower, you empower that within yourself. You can close your eyes and think about going inside your body. Just inside not in your body, but in your essence of you. Just imagine this essence of you, and there's this little light in there. Or it could be a flame, whatever you see that to be. You close your eyes and you look inward and you see that flame. And as you pay attention to it, it starts to get brighter. And then it gets brighter. And pretty soon you feel that warmth, that glow of that little flame. And you know that there's something connecting you to something bigger. And that something bigger just starts to grow. And you can breathe into that. Take a breath in. And just feel that light start to grow. And knowing that nothing outside of you is making that grow. Not your bank account or your job or the people on the television or your family. You are making that light grow. You are connected to your own divine light. And the more you bring your attention to that, the more empowered you become. And empowerment is peaceful. Empowerment is confidence. Empowerment is sovereignty. Empowerment is a sense of peace and calm and connection within your own self. It's so beautiful. It's so amazing. It's so difficult for people who are in fear and disempowered to take the time to close their eyes or to set aside time to just focus inward. It's so difficult because we have to keep one eye open to watch what's going on because we're afraid. And I understand that. It's difficult these days. It's difficult out there in the old paradigm when everything seems crazy, but you have to do it. I mean, that's where empowerment comes from. Recognizing in power. I am empowered. I can give myself the authority to understand that I am greater than these things outside of me that I have no control over. What you have control over is recognizing and connecting with that one thing that makes you unique, that divine design that is inside of you, that's inside everyone. Every person has it. It's like you can close your eyes and go inside. You don't have to keep looking outward and thinking you're going to find your power outside yourself. The only place where your power resides is within. And it's that little light, that little aspect and that essence of your divine that is animating your body. That part that will make you feel whole. Empower. It's empowerment and learning to empower yourself is, for me, it's like a daily reminder. Because it's so simple to get caught up in what's happening in the world. It happens to me frequently. And I'm really paying attention. I am trying to hold the space for the new paradigm. But it's so compelling to get distracted by all the things. And there are lots of them. Whether it's the earthquake, or if it's a volcano, or if it's the election, or if it's the prices of food, or inflation, all the things that you have to go about your daily life, and you go to the store and all of a sudden the price of something has doubled and you start to go, how am I going to be able to afford this? And then you're down that path, or the gas prices go up, or something happens at the bank, or the interest rates go up in housing, and you're suddenly all that self-empowerment gets thrown out to the window because you're out looking outward. And you're seeing the things that are collapsing, or the things that are feel crazy. That is the old paradigm shifting. And that's part of the why I'm doing this podcast, is to quit focusing on that. It's like, what do you want to give energy to? Do you want to give energy to the new, which is emerging? Or do you want to give energy to the old, which is collapsing? When you are empowering yourself, you're empowering yourself with a knowing and an understanding that it's all going to be all right. That no matter what happens, you are still the I am presence. You are a unique expression of the divine. And you have those attributes of the divine within you. And the more you connect with that energy of the divine and empower yourself, the higher you can rise your vibration and your frequency, and the more energy goes towards the good. And the more you raise your energy towards the good, the more your life looks like the good. That's the thing that I want to shake people and tell them, quit focusing on what you don't want, because this is the law of manifestation. What we focus on grows. We know that. That's the law of attraction. That is the law of manifestation. Where attention goes, energy flows. If you want to put your attention on something you don't want, then that is going to grow. And it's so hard to get this through our minds, I think. We understand it on some kind of intellectual level, but then on a deeper level, we end up focused on what we don't want and get caught up in it. That is disempowering. That is not empowering. To empower ourselves, we have to keep our mind and our thoughts on what it is that you want, what you want to see in your life, what you want to live, the world that you want to create. And by empowering yourself with that I am presence, that I am, then you connect with that greater aspects of yourself. Even if you only did that meditation or went inside and meditated on the I am that I am, and empower yourself with that belief for 5 minutes a day, connecting with that greater part of you, that inner wisdom, that inner knowing, your intuition, your sixth sense, all the things that are part of your humanity and the spiritual aspects that you can't see but are there within you. It could change you. That's empowerment. There's nothing to fear. Self-empowerment is the greatest gift you can give yourself. And again, it has nothing to do with anything outside you, in the outside world. Empowerment comes from within. Thank you, whoever chose this word, because it is powerful. It is huge. And I encourage you with all my heart to close your eyes, go inside, and connect with that divine aspect of you, that light inside of you that no one can turn off, that's connected to everything, that can bring you joy and happiness and contentment. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. You don't need to be fixed. You are whole and complete. Quit looking outside yourself for validation, for approval, for love, and turn within and empower yourself. Connect with that I am presence. Blessings to you.